Peace and Black Power. This is Baba Amin Ojuwoke, coming at you from Fort Worth, Texas, representing the Temple of New African Unity and the Uhuru Academy, Lone Star RBG. Just wanted to get on the air and kind of share some perspective of what's going on with us as a people in this country and globally. Wanted to get on the air so I can learn. I share some amazing conversations with some amazing people on a regular basis, and I want to share some of those conversations with the global African community. Because it's needed. We can't stop learning. We can't stop teaching. We can't stop sharing, information via various mediums. Of course, the internet is definitely not the most secure because we don't control that frequency. I'm confident that the day will come, though, when we will have brothers and sisters organized around that technology, where we can create more secure means to communicate with one another. Face-to-face interaction is important now, more than ever. We have to gather, we have to meet, we have to eat together, talk with one another. You need to take our faces off the screen and go outside and meet the person across the street from you. Meet your neighbors. We have to start getting to know each other again, because we need each other now. We need each other now more than we have in my lifetime. Yeah, it's crazy out here. It's tense out here. And I'm not just talking about Fort Worth. I'm talking about globally for Africans. It's very, very tense right now. And the pressure, it's a pressure cooker right now for the African. It's put up a shut up time right now for the African. Yeah. And we need to talk and we need to organize, and we need to come together so we can win this thing, so we can win this war being waged against us. Not just survive it, win. Yeah, come out victorious. But in order for that to happen, we got to know each other. We got to know ourselves. We'll never know what we're capable of until we know ourselves. That requires us coming together. That requires study. That requires remembering, recalling, right? And we can do it. We don't do it. So I wanted to start this video blog, I guess you can call it, and begin to share some of the great experiences and conversations, and share people with you that shape and mold who I am, and get their insight and get their opinion. People that you may or may not know, some you will know of, but others, they'll let their work do the introduction. They'll let their work be their introduction to you. So it's going to be a wonderful thing. This is the first episode, blog, You know, everything I do, I try to do intensely, giving thanks, of course, to the Creator, giving thanks, of course, to the ancestors, um, being thankful, you know, being thankful for being an African, just being thankful for that. Yeah. Wow. The enemies exploiting Africa. I'm still thankful to be an African. Police terrorism in our community, regentrification, being run from our homes and run out of the city and brutalized and murdered by law enforcement or by the state, being over sentenced in court. Yeah, with all that, I'm still proud and thankful to be an African. All of that in Black is still beautiful and worth fighting for, worth standing for. We are people that are worth fighting for. We are people that are worth standing for. We are a people that the world needs. And the world should recognize that right now, that we are people that the world needs. Cannot afford to lose the new African. And you know it. We have the most dominant culture in the world. New Africans right here in the hills of North America. We have the most dominant culture in the world. We are the cultural pendulum. You hear me? We are more than just the conscience of humanity. We're more than that. We just have to wake up to that fact and realize that the world needs new Africans. And we're worth fighting for. There is no CVS that's more valuable than an African. There's no Foot Locker than an African. No building, no structure that's more valuable than an African. And there's no police officer that's more valuable than an African. There's no senator that's more valuable than an African. And we have to see that. We have to stop sacrificing our children out of fear. Because I'm tired of seeing mothers have to say goodbye to their sons for essentially the rest of their life. For nothing. For the pettiest of crimes. You might be saying, well, what about people who are victims of these crimes? I definitely feel for any victim of any crime. But the punishment should meet the crime. And when you see brothers getting 30, 40 years for robbery, young brother, 19, we want 18, 19, 17-year-old brothers take a risk, make a mistake, and have to pay for it. No one gets physically hurt, and they have to pay for it for the rest of their lives. I'm tired of seeing people blocked. People serve their punishment. If it's a 2-year punishment, a 3-year punishment, a 5-year probation, a 7-year probation, a deferred adjudication. I'm tired of watching my people do everything they're told to do by the system as a result of what the system has convicted them of doing, and still having to pay for it after the punishment is done. Oh, you have a felony on your record, you can't work here. But I served time. This person did their time, did their probation, and we still won't let them work. Won't let them back. Stuck in a cycle of poverty, in a system that ensures that there is no redemption or very little redemption. See, this is why I'm proud to be an African. Because, man, I know a lot of Africans that have been redeemed. I know a lot of Africans, like I'm drawn to some great men who, in spite of being grabbed by this beast, caught up in this system, in spite of all of that, they found the African in themselves and went beyond the definition that this society has for them. Became kings, took ownership of their lives in the face of all that was stacked against them. They taking ownership in their lives, and they doing it, man. They doing it, and not in a condescending way, not in a I can do it, you can do it kind of way. They doing it while pulling other brothers up with them. And it's a beautiful thing. But it requires a paradigm shift. It requires a shift in our thinking. We have to get out of the white supremacy paradigm and get into the black supremacy paradigm. If you don't know your story, you can't see your potential. It's impossible. It's impossible. If you don't know your story, you can't see your potential. It's being done, though, y'all. We're in the midst of it. This is it. This ain't the fall of the black man and black woman. This is actually the rise. This is actually the resurrection of the black man and the black woman. That's what this is. That's what we're experiencing right now. We're experiencing the resurrection. It's happening. I know, what they would do when they bring in the tanks, when they bring in the National Guard, they bringing them in. Yeah, they bringing them in. What's going to happen? They're going to fail miserably. If the goal is to destroy us, they will fail. Yeah. If the goal is to keep us subdued, they will fail. If the goal is to keep us powerless, they will fail because we already know what we need to do. And we spread the news. And the news is spreading. And they're listening too. But it's okay to let your opponent watch the chessboard. It's okay. Because there comes a point in the game when you make the right move where their move doesn't matter. There comes a time in the game where you make a move, all the pressure pendulum shifts across the board. See, they're thinking moves ahead. We have to start thinking moves ahead. and start looking at this chessboard, Africans. We know this game. It comes from us. So I want everybody to not only send positive vibes to the city this month that's on fire, Baltimore, but I want you to go outside tomorrow and send positive vibes to every African you see. Every Black person you see tomorrow. If you live next door, I'm putting myself on blast. I've been here 3 months and I'm a busy man. There's no excuse though. I have African neighbors all around here and I haven't met any of them. Well, I've met a couple, but I got to get out here and I have to meet my neighbors because we need to know each other. All right? We got to start speaking power into each other, speaking power into our children, all right? Your nearest school, whether it's public, private, or whatever, get involved in it. Get up there and start talking to the youth. Just go. They'll tell you what protocol is when you get there, particularly in the high schools, the junior highs. Let's do more drop-ins on our babies. Not to see what they're doing wrong. Let's just drop in and speak power into them. I guarantee you some principals out there that would love you to do that. Just go up there and speak power into the babies. Not for a grant, not for a salary. Just take out some time and go speak some power into the children, especially if you study, especially if you're someone who's out here studying what's going on, or if you're somebody who's had a miraculous life, who fought back, somebody who's beat white supremacy in their life. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to become proactive and get out here and start speaking to the community about your victory, about your experiences. Those who have found success in various arenas, it's time to come into the neighborhoods and share some of the secrets to your success. Now, not the parts where you had to assimilate the white culture to get things done. Not that part. Not the part where you had to abandon your culture to get things done. No, the discipline related to getting things done. Because regardless of your mindset, if you develop the discipline to get up at a certain time of day, to eat a certain type of food, to have a certain type of discipline with your money, you need to come share that skill with the community. Now, like, this is what we should be doing. This is what, because we're preparing for nationhood, because nationhood is about to happen. Nationhood is about to happen within the next 2 generations. Nationhood for new Africans is about to happen, and we need to be getting prepared. Baltimore is getting prepared for nationhood. Yeah. It might be a purification through fire. For all of us, it's going to be. For all of us, we're going to have to get slapped in the face in order to see each other again, in order to know each other again. I don't know what it's going to take for the South. We just had 2 police officers get acquitted for killing a Black man, gunning him down in front of his mother, and we not in the streets. We're not. We working though. We inside the community. There's some great organizations around here. Great organizations around here. And perhaps I would like to think that may have something to do with it. Maybe we are spreading the information strongly enough where we are, to where the knee-jerk reactions don't happen. But again, maybe we just scared. It's the South. What little bruh saying, In the movie The Great Debaters, shout out to Wiley College, in the South, they lynch Negroes. Perhaps we still have some of them reminders all too fresh in our minds and hearts. Perhaps it's an oversaturation of being taught nonviolence. This was the nonviolent hub of the movement, was the South. I don't know. Again, I'm going to be learning on this video blog as well. But I ain't worried with y'all. I ain't worried, because we're going to win. Period. And I might not be in this body, you know, you might not be in your, you know, your body, but we gonna win, and we gonna see it. Yeah. And I ain't being spooky. I'm looking at the math. I'm looking at the math. I want to say Africa for Africans. I want to say Black Power. I want to say thank you to all of the beautiful Africans that are with us and supporting what we're doing. All my teachers, Asante Sana, great men, great women. I just want to thank the Creator for being an African. Yeah, we're going to do this again real soon. Black Power.